want to welcome you to another Rise of the 1% podcast, and I am G Bass. And on today's Rise of the 1% podcast episode, I have next to me, after a couple of weeks of vacation, my brother, Rise of the 1% co-host, Bri Williams.
We back at it.
Absolutely, man. Definitely glad to be back.
Ready.
Yeah. How was that vacation?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well.
Man, what I be realizing is how blessed I am. Seriously.
Yeah.
Things I've done, saw, seen, God did. Never thought I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I ain't turning down nothing.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
That's just what it is.
I love it. Great stuff. Okay. So, Bri, we're going to start off this podcast episode talking about the 50 Cent, I want to call it diss saga. The 50 Cent diss saga. Now, we've had a conversation about the 50 Cent and T.I. situation in another episode.
Yeah.
That we actually did. So let's do this, because I've been seeing a lot of commentary on this on the internet over the last weeks. While you was on vacation, Bri, I've been actually seeing commentary. So let's go back to the beginning of how this whole thing started.
Okay.
So pretty much T.I. was actually on the Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco live podcast, and he was asked a question about if he was to do a versus in today's time, who would he want to do it with? Shannon Sharp threw out Lil Wayne, and T.I. was like, I don't necessarily want to do it with Lil Wayne, I want to do it with 50, but he don't want to smoke.
He just called out 50.
Right.
Okay.
He called him out, but here's the thing. To those that have been commenting on this and giving their commentary, they make it seem like T.I. went onto these podcasts soliciting that he wanted to do a versus with 50. He was asked a question, and all he did was respond.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. He said, if I was to do a versus, I want to do it with 50, but he said, I don't believe he wanted to smoke. Now, 50, his response is on Instagram, posting a clip of T.I. doing a Crime Stoppers commercial years ago.
When he was on probation.
Yeah. Right. Now, here's the thing, and I actually seen an interview of T.I. recently where he spoke a little bit about this. When it came to the Crime Stoppers commercial, like we just said, it was the terms of his probation. He was talking to law-abiding citizens. Hey, if it's crime in your area, you have resources to be able to help you with solving or taking care of those particular crimes. He wasn't talking to criminals saying, hey, if you out here committing crime, go tell on other criminals. That's not what he was saying. Another thing, and let me say this, because this is the thing, they keep calling T.I. rat, a snitch, right, because of this. And then the next thing as well is 50 ended up posting a clip of T.I. in the courtroom some years ago when his guy Falunt got unalived, right? And T.I. was even saying in an interview that I listened to recently, he said that, listen, when I went in the courtroom, I was just telling them what happened that night. And I was subpoenaed to go to court. He was actually on a $3 million bond. He was out on bond. He was subpoenaed to come to court. If he didn't go to court, if you're subpoenaed, and you don't go to court, they'll lock you up. So he was just telling what happened. He didn't point no fingers at nobody and say, hey, this is the guy who unalived his mans. He just said, hey, they fired shots at us, we fired shots back, we got down, we got on, right? And stuff happened. That's it. So I'm going to tell you this, Bri, and I know, Bri, you necessarily wasn't so much involved in street code and stuff like myself might have been back years ago. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to street code, if there's not paperwork showing where T.I. cooperated and put someone in prison that he was committing crimes with, that's not considered a rat. And I'm going to tell you this, rest in peace to my guy Nipsey Hussle. But what people don't realize is with Nipsey, allegedly, that's what he did with that guy that literally walked up on him that day. he allegedly said there was some paperwork circling around the neighborhood.
But his...
Right, that the guy was a rat.
Yeah.
The guy goes back to a car, comes back with a firearm, and unalives Nipsey. Like calling someone a rat or a snitch, especially when it comes to streets. Civilians don't care about the whole snitch stuff. Let's just be real. They gonna still listen to your music. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a street code, you have to have paperwork. You can't just keep calling this man a rat and a snitch and y'all have no paperwork. If that makes sense.
That's fair. That's only fair.
Right?
That's only fair.
So what's some of your thoughts on that before I move on to some more things I want to speak on this topic? What's some of
with the Crime Stoppers
Right.
things, probation. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Some people be picking up trash. You're not picking on them for picking up trash.
Right.
That's terms of their
Exactly.
situation. So
Right.
if they knowing he had an influence,
Yeah.
hey, but you got to do a video.
Yeah.
You got to help us out this way.
Right.
Really? Yeah. So what you gonna do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You gonna say no, and then
And I'm gonna tell you this, Bri. It's a video that King actually put out, who was T.I.'s son. We're gonna get a little bit more into that in a second too. Showing where 50 Cent was in the courtroom some years ago for allegedly beating up 3 women at a show he had. Right? Because they did something disrespectful deemed by him in his show towards him, and he allegedly beat up 3 women. And in his terms of getting out of his situation, he had to do something to advocate against crime.
yeah.
And they actually, the people in the courtroom actually saying this to 50 Cent while he's in the courtroom. And King posted the clip on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Right? So he's had to do something similar.
People forget.
Exactly.
You forget that when you in them situations, what you gonna do?
Right.
And you know what I mean? You ain't telling on nobody.
Exactly.
You gonna go pick up some trash.
Right.
You gonna go sit and talk to some children. Whatever it take for you to get out of this little situation,
Exactly.
you're not gonna do it.
Right.
You feel me? It's not worth it.
Exactly.
So
And what do you think about Bri, T.I.'s man's for lunch being unalive years ago, and T.I. being subpoenaed to come to court? I think he's out on bond for a federal case at the time, but he's subpoenaed to come. He just come to tell them what happened. He didn't necessarily point in the courtroom and testifying against anybody, say, hey, put him in prison. He just tell them what happened that night. He didn't even give no names up.
yeah.
But 50 posted this on his Instagram, trying to once again categorize him as a rat.
Call it reaching.
Yeah.
You just reaching for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When and we said this before with 50. Don't slip on the banana peel.
Right.
He gonna come at you some type of way, and that's just how that man is, unfortunately.
Right.
I don't respect it.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He reaching.
Yeah. And I honestly say this, it was a guy signed to T.I. and Grand Hustle years ago named Alpha Mega.
Yeah.
And it actually came out later that he was a federal informant or government informant. And T.I. actually released him from the company for hearing it. So T.I., of course he's grown over the years and things of that nature, but T.I. come from the streets as well. So just by you even seeing that there, right, that he let Alpha Mega go, just because he thought he was working with the government, that shows you that T.I. ain't attempting to work with no government. And T.I. even said, like I said, in an interview I seen recently, he gave his federal inmate information and said, go look me up.
Look me up.
On the internet. He said all the information is public. If you really want to go see if I told on anybody, all my information is public. Even things that I said in court, the court minutes, everything is public information. He said if you really care, for you quote unquote street guys, most civilians don't really care anyway, right? Let's just be real. But for you quote unquote street guys, just go look it up and present the paperwork.
Yeah,
because they always like to make this thing about T.I. got caught with all the got a year and stuff. But the thing is, paperwork.
Yeah, T.I. he got back to back at one point. Yeah. And for a rap career, that can kill you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But he came out on top.
He said that's part of the reason why he created that Family Hustle television show, because he wanted to be able to show another image of himself because people just seen him constantly getting in trouble. Right.
And now I think T.I. he got morals. He's a man of morals, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And that's one reason I like the music. I can see the growth in the music. I can respect the grind in the music. I see morals and, you know what I mean? Morals and principles.
Right.
You got to stand by those. That's what's respected. You know what I mean? Kicking the man while he's down, that's not respectable to me. Just online doing a little boot, that's, you know, you love it, you make money from it, woo, but it ain't respectable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Agree, 100%. Now, we'll move on, Bri. So then, maybe a week or so later, T.I.'s on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. And then they bring it up again about the verses. They're asking him a question again. T.I. didn't come on the podcast soliciting a verses. They asked him a question about the 50 Cent comment he made in terms of verses. And at that point, that's when T.I. was saying, listen, some years ago, we did have a conversation behind the scenes about doing it. 50 had like he agreed to it. And T.I. was like, okay, well, I'm going to jump out there first, and then you can come out, and we can see if we can put this thing together. So T.I. said he ended up jumping out there, and 50 started acting like he ain't know what was going on. So that's when T.I. started to question 50's character.
Yeah.
And when T.I. seen what 50 did after he talked about the situation on Shannon Sharp and Ocho's podcast, I don't even really want to do a versus with this guy no more. I don't even want to stand on stage with him. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's when 50 comes out and drop a picture of Tiny on his Instagram, basically showing a photo that may not have been as attractive to people of Tiny performing on the stage.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when T.I. said, okay, now it's war.
So he brought women into it.
He brought women into it.
Unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's when T.I. comes with the first diss record of War. Then he came with the right one right after that.
Yeah.
Right. And then now you got King as well jumps in.
Because he talking about his mama.
Who's one of T.I.'s son,
That's his mama.
He talking about his mom.
Yeah.
He jumps in and starts taking shots about 50 and his mother, who was not here with us at this time. Now, what were some of your thoughts on that, Bri? When you look at King jumping in as well, defending his mother, and then Damani, as well as one of T.I.'s sons, he comes in and drops a couple of records, the Miss Jackson record, the one we listened to as well tonight. He dropped a couple of records. What are some of your thoughts on them coming in to defend their mom as well?
I guess, you know, even though T.I. is who he is, and that woman Tiny, she's still somebody's mama.
Right.
So anybody who got a mama, and you talking about my mama, you know, talk about your mama. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have said nothing about my mama.
Yeah.
Man, that's his wife, but this is my mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a son, you can't talk about my mama. You feel me?
Yeah.
My mama, she ain't gotta say nothing. I'ma say it all for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if that was dirty what you did, you feel me?
Yeah.
Not showing my mama in the best light possible that you can.
Exactly.
You wanna try to embarrass my mama?
Yeah.
Nigga, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your mama now. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's, I think, fair game.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. You can't tell nobody how to respond when it comes to their mom.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, Tip ain't say nothing about his mama.
Right. No, he didn't.
You know what I mean? But the sons, like, hey, no, this my mama, though.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
So, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't put no leash on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's finna happen after you talk about my mama, that's just what's finna happen.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I'll say this as well. You know, T.I. went on to drop some more diss records as well towards 50 because he kept posting things in regards to him and Tiny on his Instagram, 50. So T.I. released some more diss records. He said, every time you post my wife, I'm coming at you. Now, I want to say this because I didn't speak about this much in the last podcast. And I actually have given 50 his props in other podcast episodes in regards to his business acumen.
Business, in terms of business.
Absolutely. I have. You can go back and listen to the episode. So if you're tuning in to this, I know 50 and his fan base, you know, you all think everybody hating on 50. We're not hating on 50. I've given 50 his props in other episodes. If you go back and look at some of our other content, and Bri has as well. But here's the thing, though. I will say this. Yes, we are from the South. We are from Atlanta. And I didn't get into this in the last episode. I've had ties with Grand Hustle, which is T.I.'s record label, right? For one, Clay. So if you look at T.I.'s post that he put up maybe a little over a week ago, prior to us recording this podcast, he put up something in regards to going at 50, and he said, on Clay. And I know some people was like, who is Clay? What does Clay mean? Well, Clay was one of T.I.'s right-hand men with Grand Hustle. I actually have his number still in my phone to this day, even though he's passed away. Me and Clay used to talk all the time on the phone because I booked Young Dro on 3 different shows in Atlanta. I was a club promoter. So if you're new here, I was a club promoter here in Atlanta. So I booked Young Dro. I'm going to put flyers up in this video so you can see my company, Hard Hitters Productions Incorporated, which is Bri's part of that company at one point in time as well. You're going to see Hard Hitters present Young Dro. We did Young Dro a few times at clubs. As well as Young LA came through one of my parties at Scores. Rest in peace, Baby Boy was signed to Grand Hustle, came through one of my parties at Scores. Rich Kids signed to Grand Hustle, came through one of my parties at Scores to perform when they was on their come up. So I do have affiliations with Grand Hustle. Not only that, a guy I grew up with, Dope Boy Ra, was signed to T.I., Grand Hustle. Right? And I'm gonna tell you this, Ra was a rapper, but also had a street background too. Ra ain't signing with no rap. All you talking about all this rap stuff. Nah. Right? So I can tell you, I knew T.I. and him on that level. And I've heard some people say, well, he's coming at 50 this way. He didn't come at Shawty Low. When Shawty Low was coming at him, talking about he wasn't from Bankhead. Okay? Even though him and Shawty Low squashed that situation before Shawty Low passed. I'm going to tell you this. I knew Shawty Low. And I'm going to put a picture up in this video of me and Hard Hitters years ago in front of D4L Studio on Bankhead. We recorded a record, D4L Studio, called Live Party. Me and a guy named Mike, who was signed Hard Hitters. You remember Mike, Bri? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We recorded in D4L Studio. I met Shawty Low that night, matter of fact. Yeah. And matter of fact, when Shawty Low came in the studio that night, I never forget, he came in, took his shoes off, walking around eating on chicken wings. I think he had just went to American Deli or something. And I never forget, his producer and engineer, a guy named Barney Mack. Look him up. Barney Mack number still in my cell phone to this day. He was Shawty Low's producer and engineer. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, Low finna ready to drop this record over the next week. It's about to be crazy. I'm gonna let y'all hear it first though. It was called They Know. Played it for us that night, and Low was in the studio doing this, like he doing in the music video. I'm telling you right now. So I knew Low personally, right? Rest in peace to Shawty Low. But I'm glad they squashed their situation before he passed away. You know, I heard people say T.I. could have went against Luda. Right? And T.I. and Luda, whether you all know it about, y'all keep talking about this situation they had some years ago or whatever, where they took some jabs in music. Luda and T.I. are cool these days. We've seen pictures of them together some years ago.
But that in the South with Big Boy,
right?
Luda and Tip, that was over with. That was set the city on fire.
They cool. Yeah. So we don't want that in the Future situation. I heard people say my T.I. Future saying Future's the better rapper in Atlanta and stuff. Let me tell you something. Once again, I was in the entertainment business. I'm one of the first club promoters to throw Future shows here in Decatur. You know what I mean? It's documented. We're going to throw the clip up in this video. You're going to see Future shouting me out. My name was G Money. Hard Hitters, right? Literally, Future, I can tell you, Future is a great artist. I've done videos about working with Future years ago. Future's a great artist. To me, Future and T.I. have 2 different styles of rap. Also, T.I. came before Future in the music business when it came to Atlanta, right? We know Gucci and Jeezy had their little situation or whatnot years ago. That's a different type of situation. Yeah. No, he called out someone that was a part of his era, and that's who he wanted to go against, if that makes sense. Okay. So y'all talking about Busta Rhymes called him out. Busta Rhymes was not a part of T.I.'s era, if that makes sense. Nah. Right? So it don't make sense to accept that challenge. And the last thing I speak on, and then we'll get ready to move on to another topic, Bri, unless you have some more to say on this topic, is I hear people too saying, and this is going to go into some business stuff. I hear people saying, oh, T.I. dissing 50 Cent to attempt to get clout. T.I. has 5 platinum albums. Do your research. And I hear some of you people saying the man is local. No, you need to do your research. T.I. is international. Do your research. Another thing too, as well, is I hear people saying, like I say, he did this to get back relevant, and he's a failed comedian. I listened to some recent interviews with T.I. T.I. said he's still doing comedy, and he said, matter of fact, after this next album, he's going back to doing some more comedy. And he's doing it for fun. He's not even doing it for money. T.I. is a multi-millionaire, and he's from the city in the mecca of black millionaires right now, which is Atlanta. T.I. don't need no music to have motion. You know, we're going to talk about business, you know, because you all talk a lot about 50 and his business acumen, which is he does have business acumen. But T.I.'s in film as well. Matter of fact, the recent interview I looked at, T.I. said he got 3 new films finna ready to come out. He owns restaurants in the city. T.I.'s provided affordable housing here in Atlanta for those that can't afford housing. He owns real estate, right? He does a lot of different things as a businessman. Living here in Atlanta, you don't necessarily need music, especially if you already became a multi-millionaire, to have motion. That's another thing I really actually wanted to speak on, because I don't think a lot of people really thoroughly understand that, if that makes sense.
Of course.
Right? Let them know, which is #1 in the country right now from T.I., by the way, was in the top 40 on Billboard before he started dissing 50 Cent. I was riding in the car on certain weekends and hearing that record constantly playing on the radio before he started dissing 50 Cent. So the thing is, it ain't no clout thing, it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I just wanted to speak on that because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet over these last weeks, and now, you know, you got 50 and Mano going at it, you got 50 and Papoose going at it. Like, it's just this big saga right now of people going at 50 that 50 took jabs at them.
Yeah.
So this is not people starting stuff with him. I don't believe Mano's doing it for clout. I don't believe Papoose doing it for clout. He took jabs at them, and they just responded. I know people saying, oh, he helped Mano get a record deal back in the day. He probably did. Even if you helped me get a record deal back in the day with Hard Hitters or any of my artists, but you disrespect us, I don't care what you did. We coming back at you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it respectful.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Papoose, he disrespected Papoose lady at the top of this year, Clarissa Shields. So now that, hey, T.I. done went at 50, I guess Papoose said, let me go and get mine off too for what you did with my old lady at the top of the year. So that's what's going on right now. And my thing is this, with the whole 50 situation, this will be my wrap up, Bri, and if you want to add anything, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Is don't dish it out, man, if you can't take it, man. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean? And, you know, people always talk about 50 already got all these amount of times he could take this, take that. I mean, maybe he can. But my whole thing is if you're going to go up and be trolling everybody and attempting to form these beefs with people, man, hey, everybody just ain't finna sit back and just take that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah. It's almost like you are coming off as a bully, as T.I. made a song about that for one of the diss records. That's what you coming off as. Yeah. And they like, no, you ain't finna bully everybody like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, I heard some people say what T.I. did, some of the other guys should have been did. Yeah. You know what I mean? T.I. kind of led the way as of right now, stepping up, because everybody else kind of let 50 do whatever outside of Fab. You know, Fab, yeah. You know what I mean, did a little verse on him or whatever at the end of last year, coming into this year. But, yeah, man, you can't take the heat. Don't dish it out, man. And don't act like now you're the victim because the Harris family came to the table and act like you're getting bullied. No, you've been coming online with the antics and the trolling for a while now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people are getting tired of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's just really what it is, man. Yeah.
I would say, you know, like you did say, we do give 50 his props for his business. Right. And what I look at them, you know, I don't see anything outside of that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's because with this Instagram stuff, right?
Right.
And the trolling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What they say, good publicity or bad publicity is all good publicity.
Right.
I think that's what he look at, you know, do things for. And
and I know about the 48 Laws of Power about Robert Greene and the 50th Law where 50 partnered over Robert Greene on that book. I get it. They say he follows a lot of those laws and stuff. You know what I mean? I get it. But at the same time, though, respect. Like I say, you know, how far are we going to go with it? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. But I get what you're saying in terms of marketing and promotion. Yeah, it's bringing a lot of light on 50. Of course, you know, he want to bring a lot of light on, he about to drop the new power stuff. And then, of course, at the same time, you know what I mean, it's bringing light on some of the artists. You know, even though T.I. already had motion, but at the same time, it's still having people tune in because of the back and forth. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's having more people tune in.
Yes. So I look at it with him, specifically, I look at it that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, not saying, I still don't like, you know, that ain't my style of the way of me doing things, but I can see him as...
I'm a hip-hop fan.
Yeah.
And then I was also in the hip-hop business, right? And you participated with me at a point in time as well. Like, I don't have no problem with battle rap. Like, I think it's fun. I think it's competitive, as long as it stays respectful. Yeah. I like going back and
you already had all that good stuff.
Yeah, I like that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Keep it on wax, though. You know, don't take it to the streets and all that type of stuff. As long as we keep it on wax, I'm cool with that. You know, and I know they saying 50 years old. That's another thing I want to speak on. He's 50 years old, going on 51. You know, 50-year-old rappers. T.I. is only 45. They keep trying to act like T.I. is 50. He's not 50. And he's been ready to retire after his last album. He's announced that. But, you know, hip-hop is the only genre of music where that happens, where people talk about age. Yeah. You don't hear that in country music, rock and roll, other genres. I went to FAMU and majored in music at FAM. Yeah. And it was people playing instruments 50s, 60s, 70s. You see what I'm saying? Hip-hop is the only genre, oh, you're too old to still be doing this. No, 50 blew up off hip-hop. Yeah. That's what led to him being able to get into the film business. Yeah. His resources and his connections and his network and his influence he built from being in hip-hop. So to me, I'm going to be quite frank with you. I know they say 50 so busy. I guess they feel T.I. is not busy. Get in the booth. All right, Bree, so next we're going to get into our next topic of the online education economy. Okay. All right. And I want to start off by just sharing a little bit of a story. So the rise of the 1%, that's the name of our podcast, but also that's the name of our company and the community that's been built over the years. So I actually started the Rise of the 1% in 2015 as a conference call. And I actually used to interview entrepreneurs and business owners who I felt were rising into what we would call the top 1%, or they were already in the 1%. And I used to let the general public hop on the calls and listen to me interview them. This was before podcasts was as big as they are now. Innovator. Right? Yeah. And so after doing those interviews for a while, I pretty much decided in 2016 that I wanted to actually turn the Rise of 1% into a full-fledged community company. And I wanted to take my skill sets of digital marketing and sales and growing businesses and help businesses grow online.
Makes sense.
So October 3rd, 2016, I launched the Rise of the 1% community. And when it came to the community, it consisted of a membership program that people could join. And with this membership program, when they joined, it was in an online course format. So they actually would join and they would get videos from myself and even some others that were on the Rise 1% team on different strategies to grow their business online, right? We also did weekly group coaching. So not only are you going through the videos, but you also get to hop on and get coaching every single week. And at that time, we were charging around only $97 a month, right? $97 a month. And I can tell you, literally the first day we launched was October 3rd, 2016. We got tons of members, like literally the first day. customers.
Yeah.
Tons of them, man. We was in like thousands of dollars in revenue first day.
That was happening.
Yeah. Now, what ended up happening, maybe about a month or so later, I went out to Irvine, California, to an internet marketing event that a guy who was coaching me at that particular time invited me out to. And I went out to the event, and when I went out to the event, the day before the event, me, the guy that was coaching me, a guy that I was coaching, and one of my coach's students, we were sitting around a fireplace, drinking on some wine, having some conversations, and he was asking me about the Rise of the 1% business model in terms of our membership program, what we was offering, the price point, customer success stories, things of that nature. And he said, everything sounds great, what you're doing, Gerald, but you know you can be charging a lot more for what you're doing, right? And I was like, what? Charging more? I was like, you know, it's been doing pretty well with $97 a month type situation. And he was like, no, but you can be charging more, like literally in the thousands. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what you say. I said, well, I'll give it a shot when I go back. He gave me a price point. He gave me a way to present the offer. And when I got back, literally within that week of me taking what he shared with me and implementing it on a sales call that I did, I closed a $5,000 deal. Boom, just like that.
Damn.
45-minute call.
Yeah.
And it literally was for an online course. It was for, at that time, I was doing a little bit of one-on-one coaching and also group coaching. Also, as well, at that time, I was letting clients even come into Atlanta, maybe for a few days, and we helped them with growing their business in person. $5,000, right? And they got lifetime access to the program. I can tell you after that, I went on to start selling more and more of those packages.
Yeah.
Right? And we did over 6 figures first year with the Rise of 1% in revenue just off of that particular business model.
Yeah.
Right? And for many years, I did the same thing, right? Selling high ticket coaching and courses, right? And I can tell you this, it changed my life. I've created a lot of success stories, results, testimonials. I've even helped other people now create their own online courses, create their own coaching programs. We got one of our clients named LaShawn Brooks. I helped her with getting her coaching program off the ground in her online course. She did $40,000 in 60 days. We'll flash her testimonial up in this video, right? And I got many others all up and down our website.
Yeah, your business Oscars.
Yeah, I say this, the online education economy is huge, man. It changed everything for me. And now we don't just have a course, a coaching program. We operate as a digital marketing agency as well. But I can tell you that online education changed everything. Right, for myself. And I'm a guy who came from direct sales prior to starting the Rise of the 1%. And the kind of revenue and profitability that we generated and the impact we had was way bigger than I had in direct sales. Right? What's some of your thoughts, Bri, on online education as well? Because I know you've actually gotten into the space yourself, too. What are some of your thoughts on online education?
So with it, you know, we've been doing our thing for years. So, you know, when you tap into something new, we sit down and talk about it. And of course, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But then, when I got time, I think, you know, it was just knowledge. You know, we're in different lanes. So in my lane, there's so much knowledge I have. And I just wanted to get the knowledge out. So I think I came to you maybe about 3-4 years ago. I was like, gee, I want to get this info out. And then you gave me some, you know, and see, that's the good part. I get free coaching, you know what I mean?
My brother.
That's the thing for me. So, hey, so you told me how to, you know, what I need to do how I need to get it set up. So I set it up and pushed it out. Now for me with my particular course, I was doing well in what I was doing, but for me I just wanted to get this information out. Because I know people need it. I know it's valuable. So that was just my whole goal, just to get it out of my body. Get it out. You know what I mean? Put it somewhere where people can't access it if they want it. If you don't want it, cool. But if you want it, I got it right here for you.
Right.
So that was my main thing when I started with it.
Absolutely.
And so this was maybe 2-3 years maybe. And I just had it, had the platform, and over time I've created other courses.
Yep.
And set them on that platform.
Exactly.
And putting that, now, it's my fault. I don't market them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause I be busy. But when I do love when people come across it and they can see the value in it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And at times I used to make my course free. Like I just tell, hey, it's free for the next 5 days.
Right.
You better get it.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, we call that a lead magnet, by the way.
Yeah. So those little things I would do, but online courses, online education, I appreciate you for that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I respect all of it and like all it. It's well worth it. And I look at things as you might not understand it now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But 5-10 years from now, you know, you're going to say, darn, them boys was on to something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great perspectives, Bri. Yeah. Great perspectives, definitely. And I want to share this as well. I'm actually speaking on a virtual summit that's coming up, and we're actually going to put the flyer. It's coming up in this video, and I have a link for you to register down in the description of this particular YouTube video, if you're watching this on YouTube, where I'm actually going to be sharing with those that are looking to get into online education, or you're already in online education, how to literally grow your business online and not even spend any money on paid advertising. Like literally how to grow your business, even if you got a small audience, you don't have much influence as of yet, but you have something that you're knowledgeable about, you're passionate about, how to package that up, right, into an online course or coaching program, and even high ticket, by the way, right, high ticket. So you don't even need a lot of clients per month to really be able to generate a great amount of income as you impact and serve your clients with your specific expertise. I have a virtual summit that I'm speaking on coming up. And like I said, I have a link in the description if you want to register for it as well and show up for that particular summit. It's coming up real soon.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. So I just wanted to speak a little bit on that.
Yeah. And not to take away nothing. We have been able to work together in the past too.
Absolutely.
So that's what I do love. I got my lane, he has his lane.
Yep.
When we can merge them together, such as this or wherever we can see how we can work together, I'm trying to work. Let's do something.
There you go.
Because I know how you finna go.
Yep.
How hard you finna go. And you know how hard I'm finna go. So
right.
It's a beautiful thing when we link them up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. All the time. 100%. I love it. I love it. All right, Bri. So we'll move on to our next topic. Breakfast Club. Yeah, it's been a real trending topic over the last couple of weeks. So the Breakfast Club, real big platform, right, over the years. Of course, these days they have Charlamagne the God on there, DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, who actually was a comedian as well.
Actually, you ain't on that no more?
No, she's not on it. She started her own show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she left. She started her own show. And then another lady named Lauren LaRosa. So all of them on there now. Now, over the years, people were used to, even myself, I don't watch all the Breakfast Club stuff, but at times, if it's something that I saw on YouTube that might interest me, I click on it and watch it. But over the years, a lot of the episodes were on YouTube.
Okay.
Right? People were able to like, comment, engage, have conversations about the episodes, things of that nature. But recently, they did a deal with Netflix. And now to watch the full episode, you have to log into Netflix.
I have a Netflix account.
Right, you gotta have a Netflix account. Now a lot of people are saying, well, Netflix, I'm used to going over there to watch movies or television shows or documentaries and things of that nature, not really podcasts. But Netflix has rolled this thing out now where podcasters can be on Netflix. But a lot of the Breakfast Club fans are complaining.
So they can't comment no more.
Yeah, they can't really comment, they can't engage, they can't really have the conversations. And a lot of them say, we just are not used to going over to Netflix to watch podcasts. We go over there for movies and stuff.
True.
Right? So, Charlamagne the God, I did see him in an interview recently kind of addressing it. And basically, he was saying, yeah, it's something knew that those that are over the Breakfast Club wanted to test out. They'll see how things go over this next year. But he was just kind of as well put out there, hey, you all already going over to Netflix to watch a lot of content anyway. Why not just go over and watch the Breakfast Club over there? What are some of your thoughts on this, Bri? By Breakfast Club being on YouTube all these years, right? Putting all the episodes on there. But now, hey, I want to watch a full episode of an interview or the conversation with Breakfast Club. I got to log into Netflix to watch it. Right?
I would say to that, growth.
Yeah.
And growth and just trying something different.
Yeah.
So I can't knock Breakfast Club for trying something that ain't been done that I don't know. I've never watched a podcast on Netflix.
Me either.
So we don't know what's to come of it. And then what we do know is, I don't know what they money was looking like from YouTube.
Right.
But what we do know is Netflix, they probably cut checks.
Right.
Prior
it's a
to
business deal.
Prior to the show's been done. So for the people on the show, that might been, hey, yeah, this works for us.
Yeah.
But for the people that's watching and enjoy watching the show, it might not, and that love commenting and engaging. We spoke about this a little bit off camera. I feel podcasts, the being able to comment and speak what you feel, that's what it's about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
To be able to have them conversations like because we not gonna always agree. And sometimes in them comments, them people have valid points. Right. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you take it to Netflix, it's really no valid, you really can't hear what your audience saying. So, but what's the future of it? I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, Barstool, all these guys, everybody doing different things and doing different things. So for me, them doing that's just something different that ain't been done. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cause that's how I look at that. So I'm not mad at it. I don't know. They might can always go back to YouTube if it don't work out.
That's what Sean the guy was saying in the interview. He said if it don't work out, we can always just go back to what we was doing. We just testing it out. See how it works.
Now that's bad for people that don't have Netflix that really do like the show.
Exactly.
Because you got to pay for Netflix. We know YouTube free.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, YouTube free. So
besides, you have to watch the ads.
Yeah, and small price to pay.
Right. Exactly.
I know the people who pay for them ads. I know Breakfast Club, they love that you got to watch the ads because they get paid when you.
All the time.
So hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, being in that lane, entertainment in general, you feel me? It's all about growth.
Yeah.
And where we going with the future.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Great take on that. Bri. All right. So we'll wrap up with our last topic, Bri, for this podcast.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's been going on over in Iran and also Kuwait, where you actually was living for many years. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on over there, man, and some of your thoughts on it.
Man, it was so it's been so wild. For years, being in Kuwait, Iran was across the water from us. So it was always been like okay, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I have friends that's over there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Close friends that's over there. And now at the same time, I've been to Afghanistan as well. Did not like it. You know what I mean? That war zone type situation, I did not like it. Yeah. Constantly, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna be your last day. You know what I mean? So, you have the contractors, but then you have the military as well. Right. Contractors, we support the military. So in this type of situation, Kuwait is not a considered a war wasn't going on. So you can go do your job and then get off your job. But in the war situation, you can do your job, but then when you go home, you're still in danger. This was the thing in Afghanistan where it didn't make no sense to me. Right. We work 12-hour shifts. So I go to work, I get paid for these 12 hours, and I get what's called hazard pay. But then when I leave work, I go across the street to where I live, I'm still in the same spot.
Right.
But I don't get paid, and they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a same constant danger, but it's just how it get paid out. You know.
Yeah.
My life ain't worth shit if I ain't working it. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
But to what's going on with that over there, I got big respect for the Muslim community. And I know it's Ramadan going on right now.
Yeah.
So I hate that we even doing this right now.
Right.
I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Me either.
I have no understanding why we are fighting them when it's you know.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Me either.
I've seen a few things online where people are saying, "Hey, but why are we doing this? This ain't even our fight."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I do know. I was speaking with someone the other day. They were saying Trump ran off of saying we're not gonna involve ourselves in other people's problems. Shit, here we go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Involving ourselves in here,
Exactly.
And what did strike hard though was I seen they was bombing places.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, and they bombed Kuwait. That's what really threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna speak about that too much because certain shit, but
right.
It's like, damn, you bombed Kuwait, you bombed Dubai, you know, you messing with Qatar, like all of these places where we are, but it's like, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, putting these people in danger for no reason.
Exactly.
And if at the end of the day, if we gonna find out the truth behind it eventually.
Right. Exactly.
If we find out it's about some money,
yeah,
come
that's
on,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lives lost over $1.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you think this means though for us, Bri, over here in the U.S., man, right now, and even those that may be traveling during this time, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of safety and just things of that nature. Like, what are you thinking, man? Like, do you think we're on the verge of like another world war? Like, what do you think? You know, with everything going on.
Now, what I don't know is what Trump the next plan is.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know. That's what I don't know. But I do know from living in Muslim countries, like I have, for Black Americans, they love us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying they don't like white Americans either, but for Black Americans, they love us around the world.
Yeah.
Everybody embrace Black Americans. They love the culture.
Right.
And we're warm people. So, hey, we don't necessarily have issues, but I think when it comes to when you group everybody together, because outside the U.S., so this is the funny thing to me about here. When we in the U.S., you're an Asian American, you're a Mexican American, you're a Black American,
yeah.
You're a white American.
Yeah.
But when you outside the U.S., you ain't none of that shit. You just an American. You know what I mean? If you see a white, Asian, Black, it don't matter what type of shit they call you here. When we over here, and American, we all at the same embassy. We all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I feel people may look at. Say, hey, we ain't messing with none of y'all. But I don't know. I can't call it. Not saying that we want it that way, because we don't want the.
Exactly.
We ain't trying to. Yeah, because it's unnecessary for us. We not gaining nothing from this oil stuff.
Right.
Unless you the stocks, but we ain't gaining nothing from directly doing this.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the powers that be at this time.
Yeah, they saying gas prices up right now.
Yeah, gas is.
Yeah.
Gas is high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I do know we everywhere. We everywhere supporting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not hurting, supporting, helping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this type of situation, you put people's lives in danger, because we got Americans all around the world doing stuff, working or just traveling.
Right.
You know, you got people go on vacation in Dubai. Now they stuck in Dubai.
Exactly.
I heard.
And I don't mean to cut you, Bri. You hold your thought 1 second. Yeah, it's a guy I knew that was in direct sales with me, man. He posted. He been up in Dubai, excuse me. about 3 weeks now, man. You know, complaining, talking about he haven't eaten nothing but KFC food, and talking about, it's crazy. Guy was in the red cell. He been posting online, man, stuck over there.
Man, you know what's funny? I seen the Fairmont Hotel got hit.
Oh man!
Guess what's my favorite hotel in Dubai? Fairmont Hotel. Oh, you know what I mean? Dang. It's like, damn. Yeah. That's like, that's so close.
Yeah.
But I did speak with someone. They was telling me they had a friend over in Dubai, and they was traveling, of course, and all this stuff happened. The hotel they was in, you know, pushed everybody to the ground level, underground, and you still had to pay as if you was living in your room. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? If you paying $200 a night, I got to pay $200 a night to sleep in your damn garage.
That's crazy, man.
And then they was saying they was waiving charges for other countries, but if you was American, they like, nah, you got to. You feel me? It's like, damn.
It's a treatment now.
You feel me? Yeah. Woo. Like, come on, man. Yeah. That ain't. Hey, but.
Yeah, this is kind of I just hope it don't get there, man. But it's kind of reminding me a little bit of the Bush administration during the recession to me. I just hope we don't get back. Well, even before the recession, I just hope we don't get back to that.
Yeah. You know? I don't think it's gonna last that long.
Yeah.
I hope it don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I hope it don't last that long.
Yeah. For sure.
Strategically, like I say, it's Ramadan.
Yeah.
So like, man, this the holy month for Muslims. Like, well, right now, you know what I mean? But that might be strategic to whoever think that this makes sense. But damn, but it's like getting bombed on Christmas.
Right.
You want to get the fight right Christmas holidays?
Exactly.
Who want to do that?
Right.
So for me, that's just what I look at it as. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not in control of it.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it now. It do trigger me. I do have triggers. Seeing this stuff, and like I say, of course, being at that Fairmont Hotel, as much as I did and enjoyed it, and then seeing it get hit, and then while I worked, seeing this shit get hit, it's like, come on, man. It don't.
I know it's. I made triggers, bro.
Yeah.
Just opened that not too long ago.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say to that, man.
Okay.
Peace in the Middle East.
There you go.
That's what we say. Peace in the Middle East.
All right, Bree, so this has been a great conversation again, brother.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir, man. Always glad to have my Rising 1% co-host on, Bree Williams, in the building. Definitely. And Bree, by the way, absolutely, Rising 1%. If Bree want to contact you in regards to anything with real estate right now, you can talk a little bit about what you have going on with real estate right now.
Most definitely. So I'm dealing with a lot of rental property now. I just got to put it out there. I made top 3% of Georgia agents again, 2 times in a year. 86,000 agents in Georgia. I'm the top 2,600.
Big.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Top 26, man. 2 times in a year.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Some people will never even see what that award looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got 2 on.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what I mean? But if you rental property, buying and selling, I do it all.
Yeah.
For this episode, I'm gonna put my easy rent right here.
Okay.
Easy rent right.
Yep.
For my people that need rental property.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we here to help.
There you go. Love it. Congrats again, man. I love it. Absolutely. And with that said, being you love this episode or like this episode, make sure you bang that like button. As well as you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell. Drop any comments. Hey, let's have a discussion in the comment section about any of the topics we spoke about on this podcast. Drop any of your thoughts below. We'll join in on the conversation. Any of your opinions and thoughts, also any of your biggest takeaways, we'd love to hear them. Feel free to share this episode around with anyone else you feel can benefit. And with that said, we are here, once again, before I wrap. We're here on YouTube, but we also on Apple and Spotify. If you like to listen to audio, right? Riding around the car, you want to make your car a university on wheels, tune into us on Apple and Spotify. The Rise of the 1%. Look us up on Apple and Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. And with that said, we'll see you on the next Rise of the 1% podcast episode. Have a phenomenal day on purpose. Hello, this is G Bass. Rise of the 1%. Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form you can fill out. You said www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out, and we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.